Okay, so Genshin Impact or HOYOVERSE has just double, triple, or quadruple down on the fact that they don't give one singular fuck what you think. that is quite literally what I'm getting from this right now, because right now, as of right now, right, Genshin Impact or HOYOVERSE as a whole is under controversy because of racism, right? People are very angry at Genshin right now because of the whole Natlan release and the characters and cultural appropriation, the characters not being as dark as they should be, or as dark as people would prefer, right? And I already made a video on this, and I'm gonna hold myself accountable. My last video on this was basically me giving my thoughts on this, which is personally, I don't give a shit. I really don't. And the way I came across in that video was the way I feel like I came across in that video was that if you care about this, then you're wrong, or something's wrong with you, right? And I'm gonna hold myself accountable for that. That is not what that's not what I wanted to portray. But the reality is, right, HOYOVERSE doesn't give a shit, and this just proves it. This just proves HOYOVERSE doesn't give a shit, right? Because we're gonna look right here, right? HOYOVERSE has done something that they've usually, like, honestly, I don't think I've ever seen them do. I think only once. I've only seen them ever do this once, which was apologize, which was admit that they're wrong and apologize. And the only time at least from what I remember, for Genshin Impact, the only time I've ever seen them do that was for Zhongli when they buffed him, because when all the Chinese players were complaining about how weak he was, and then they buffed him, right? And this is literally the exact same scenario, right? So HOYOVERSE has just released a statement apologizing, not for being racist, but because right now CN players were complaining about Nivellette. So let's just go through this real quick. All right, so it says here, rollback fixed to abnormal rotation speed for Nivellette's charge attack animation. Dear travelers, after the version 4.8 update, we have been paying close attention to the feedback regarding the new version, of which includes the fix to the abnormal rotation speed for Nivellette's charge attack. After reading through all your feedback, we truly understand everyone's concerns. We are sincerely sorry that this fix has resulted in unsatisfactory experience for our travelers, and we realize that no matter what our original intention was, modifications to any release characters would hurt the trust or support that our players have given us. Thus, we would like to sincerely apologize to all of you. Yep, they're apologizing, but when they mean all of you, they don't mean you. No, they don't mean you. They mean the CN. They're not apologizing to you. They don't give a fuck about you. They're apologizing to CN. That's who they're apologizing to, because they're not apologizing for anything that people are actually bad about them for, right? But let's just keep going. Prior to this, the dev team noticed that under the certain circumstances, players could achieve high-speed rotations with Nivellette during his charge attack by adjusting the sensitivity or mouse DPI settings, which allowed them to inflict 360-degree damage. However, for travelers using different devices, achieving similar results proved to be difficult. Moreover, the high camera rotation speed would result in a visual blurry of the game scenery and enemies, which significantly deviates from the usual game experience. And yada yada. This goes on about how they're just changing the rotation speed, because that's what people were complaining about, right? And just to further drive salt into the wound, and just as a massive spit in the face to all the people who were complaining about the Natlan situation, just as a further salt in the wound, they're saying, therefore, after gathering and applying feedback and suggestions from travelers, we have decided to roll back this fix in a subsequent update and issue compensation of 1,600 Primo Gems to travelers accordingly. Please stay tuned for further notices regarding the specific update, schedule, and issuance of compensation. So, they're giving away a free 10 pull because of this. Now, if you play any other gacha game, that's like whatever, it's a free 10 pull. Fucking Wuthering Waves gave it a free 5-star, and honestly, there's rumors that they're giving away another character. So any other game, a free 10 pull really isn't that big a deal. But for Genshin, this is Genshin we're talking about. That's a pretty big deal, because you have to understand something. This is Genshin Impact. They didn't even give away a free 10 pull for the goddamn Chinese New Year. They didn't give away a free temple for that, but they're giving away a free temple for this. So this is just another spit in the face, or just another rub salt on the wound to anyone that's actually pissed off about what's happening with Natlan, right? And this is why this is why I look at Genshin the way I do, which is I don't take Genshin seriously. I really don't, because the reality is, HOYOVERSE. I need this to be like actual like proof. Right now, everyone is yelling at them for being racist. Like, I need you to understand that everyone is yelling at them for being racist. Their own VAs are yelling at them. Gacha creators are being yelled at them. Everyone's yelling at them for being racist. And they straight up just said, "Nah, we're good." And they said, and they literally just looked at the Western audience and were like, "Yeah, you guys are stupid." And then they looked at the Chinese players like, "Oh my God, they're mad about New Roulette. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. Please forgive us." That's literally like, that's how HOYOVERSE is, and that's why I look at it the way it was, and that's why I was as dismissive as I was about this, because the reality is, they don't give a shit. And I'm gonna be honest. I genuinely believe, I don't think, even amongst the players themselves, I don't think many people outside of Twitter actually care about this situation either. With the whole Natlin characters, that's just what I think. But the reality is, the point is that if you're mad about this, if you're mad about the whole Natlin situation, misrepresentation and all that, I'm gonna say, like, yes, you if you're upset, you're valid, and you're not wrong for feeling that way, right? But the point is that HOYOVERSE genuinely, truly and dearly does not give a shit if you're mad at them. HOYOVERSE is notorious for not listening to anyone outside of CN, and this just proves it. This is just like full on like this is the writing on the wall. There's nothing else. Like, I don't think there's nothing else that they can do to show that they truly don't care about you as a player. Like, I've been playing video games for like the better part of most of my life, which is like what, over 20 years, and I've never seen a company cares, like, give such little of a fuck about what the player base thinks of their game. It's actually astonishing. It's actually kind of funny at this point, but it's like, bro. And so it's like, at this point, like, what should you as a player do if you're mad about the whole Natlin situation? I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna tell you exactly what's gonna happen. People are gonna be mad about this situation with Natlin, right, for about 2-3 weeks. And then it's probably not gonna be brought up again until Natlin releases. Then when Natlin releases, it might be brought up again, like, about the whole like representation, all that. But the reality is, nothing's gonna happen. The vast majority of people who are complaining about this are probably still gonna play the game. They're gonna get these exact characters, and HOYOVERSE is just gonna keep ignoring all the people who are mad about this, because it's HOYOVERSE. That's just how they are. So what should you as a player do if you're, feel misrepresented about this whole Natlin situation? I'm gonna be completely honest with you. The best thing you can do is just uninstall and stop playing the game. That is the best thing you can do, because HOYOVERSE has just, once again, HOYOVERSE does not give a fuck. They just don't. And this is why I have the mindset about Genshin. This is why I have like my exact mindset about Genshin, which is I don't take anything related to Genshin seriously. Even this controversy about racism, right, and about this whole situation about misrepresentation and cultural appropriation. This is why I just don't care, because I just don't take Genshin seriously. And I urge a lot of people to play the game like that, to just have that mindset of I don't take Genshin seriously. I don't care what happens in the game or what happens with the game. I just want to play the game and jack off to Yelan. That's just what it is. That's just how I play the game. That's why I don't take anything related to the game seriously, even this controversy. And it makes, honestly, for me, it makes the game experience better, because even though the game is treated very badly, and you'll have like months on end with like horrible content, I can still like enjoy the game for what it is. And that is it's just a video game, right? That's just what it is. So I urge a lot of people to have that kind of mindset. But if you can't, if this truly and dearly, like the whole situation with like Natlin and the characters, if that truly and dearly hits you deep, I'm gonna be honest with you. The only thing you can do is just uninstall and play something else and spend your money elsewhere. Don't give it to Genshin, because it doesn't matter what anyone says. It doesn't matter what anyone does. HOYOVERSE does not give a shit. They don't care. They don't give a shit what you think. They don't care how you feel. They don't give one singular fuck. The only people that they care about are the CN servers. That is all they care about. They don't care about anything else. You are not part of to them, you don't exist. that is it. To them, you don't exist. It's only CN players that they give a shit about. So it's just, I know what I'm saying might be like very Might make a few people angry, but that's just how it is. HOYOVERSE does not care about you as a player. They don't. So what you need to do is either just, like I'm telling you, like, really the only two options is just, if you're going to continue to play the game, you need to have the mindset of I don't care about Genshin. I don't take anything seriously about it. I don't care what happens to it. I'm just going to play the game how I want to play it, very casually, play it like once or twice a week, you know, enjoy the story for what it is, and then, you know, jack off to the porn when the porn gets released. Or if you can't do that and this truly affects you, uninstall the game. Just uninstall, play something else, don't play Genshin, and spend your money elsewhere, because HOYOVERSE does not give a shit about you as a player. They don't give a shit what you think. They don't care. They really don't. And that's all it is too. That's all there is to it. Because in the midst, oh my god, I'm actually speechless. In the midst of this controversy, they legit just ignore all the people yelling. Oh my god, bro, this is it's actually amazing how much they don't care. Like, it feels like a social experiment at this point. It genuinely feels like they oh my god, I'm actually speechless, bro. Like, oh my god. But it is what it is. That's all there really is to it. It sucks, but you know, if the lack of representation of Genshin is something that truly hits you deep, click uninstall, play Wuthering Waves. That's all I can really say, because they don't care about you at all.